Um, Hello, my name is Sleep Cherry. My father is a giant and my mother is a cherry tree. That's why my face is strange. I have thorns on my hands and my head is full of cherries. My family has an interesting job. Our job is to make people sleep and entertain them. I am responsible for taking care of children's nightmares and dreams. But sometimes I don't like my job. Because in some children's dreams, when I go, they are afraid of me and start crying. No matter how much I tell them that I just have a strange look and that I am kind, they don't accept my words. And then they throw themselves on the clouds from the sky of the land of dreams and wake up. When I first came to work, I was very upset that the children were afraid of me. One day when I was very sad, I said to my father, "What kind of job do I have? Everyone is afraid of me." But Daddy Giant, who was busy with the dreams of adults, hurriedly said, "It's better to be happy that you are not yet responsible for the sleep and dreams of adults. If not, all the cherries on my head would have withered." Until one day, I finally realized why children are afraid of me. They were afraid of the thorns on my body. That's why, when I want to hug them in my sleep, I cover the thorns with cotton. In this way, I will look like a snowman and I can safely hug the children. Sometimes, in the sleep of some children, they suddenly miss their parents. To make them happy, I take a cherry from my head and give it to them. Some of them who like my cherries get excited and jump on me to eat all the cherries. I am so lucky that the cherries on my head are growing back. If not, there would be no cherries left on my head. Indeed, I didn't know some kids don't like tag play. One day we played tag in one of the children's sleep. It was fun at first, but when it was my turn to run after the kids, they got scared and screamed. Then I heard the voices of their parents who woke them up and asked, "Who bothered you in your sleep?" But I really didn't want to bother them. Children do not know what a sensitive job I have. For example, sometimes instead of playing, I have to go to sleep with children who ate a very heavy meal at night. I am very moody at times like this, and the children are afraid to see my angry face and understand that they should not eat too much before going to bed. It is true that my family has a very hard job, but some days I have a lot of fun. When my father gives me a mission to go to a child's dream, I happily jump into that child's dream. You don't know how beautiful children's dreams are? The children's dream is a city full of ice cream, candy, and snowmen, and the smell of bubblegum. Mama Gilas always says, "As every job is difficult, it is also fun. If you do it with love." The Ugly Duckling Story. Once upon a time, in a peaceful farm nestled by a serene pond, a mother duck eagerly awaited the hatching of her eggs. She sat patiently on her nest, keeping her eggs warm and safe. One by one, the eggs cracked open and adorable little ducklings emerged, fluffy and yellow. But as the last egg finally cracked open, the mother duck was taken aback. Instead of a cute and fluffy duckling, an odd-looking creature greeted her eyes. The newcomer was larger than the others, with rough and gray feathers and an awkward appearance. The mother duck couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness, wondering how such an ugly duckling could be her own. As days passed, the other ducklings teased and taunted the ugly duckling for being different. They mocked its appearance, called it names, and excluded it from their games. The poor duckling felt heartbroken and lonely, yearning for acceptance and love. Unable to bear the pain any longer, the ugly duckling decided to leave the farm in search of a place where it would be accepted for who it truly was. It embarked on a journey, braving the unknown and facing various challenges along the way. During its travels, the ugly duckling encountered different animals. Each time, it hoped to find companionship and acceptance, but was met with rejection. The small creature faced hardships in the harsh winter, barely finding shelter and food to survive. Finally, as spring arrived, the ugly duckling discovered a beautiful lake. It marveled at its reflection in the water, realizing that it had transformed into a magnificent swan. The once ugly duckling had grown into a graceful and elegant bird, radiating beauty from within. Other swans spotted the newcomer and swam closer. They greeted the young swan warmly, inviting it to join them.